Would anyone else like to share?
Yeah, so I was practicing spirituality for a while, for about a year, and I wanted to go deeper with my spiritual practice, but I didn't know how to. So at one point I was doing this weird like prayer thing where you're these affirmations, um and I was trying to like force myself into samadhi while I was praying. Um, and it wasn't working. So I was really frustrated and I just got on my knees and I started praying to God, whoever that might have been at that time to me. I just said God because it was vague. And I liked just saying God because it wasn't I didn't know who God was. So I prayed to God and I was like, God, please give me an answer. I need to know what I should be doing. And I had a Science of Self-Realization book with me, and I looked over to my left and there it was. And so I thought to myself, well, maybe bhakti yoga is my path. So I started practicing bhakti yoga. I started chanting and I got amazing results from it. So
A devotee gave that book to you?
yeah, devotee gave the book to me.
Wonderful. Yeah, it
That's a,
seems. Oh, go
that's
on.
about it. That's about it.
Okay. Maybe we could take one more if anyone's brave enough. Who is it? Oh, Gary.
Hare Krishna. I think my first interaction with this path was probably about 15 or 16 years ago when I was working on my graduate degree at KU. And I was over at the School of Religion in the library, and somebody left a Bhagavad Gita there. And the professor at the time, he says, "We've got too many copies. Who wants this?" And so I took it and started reading it. And something kind of lit up inside of me. And I read it, and it took me a couple of years to read it through. And I read it, and then I kind of put it down, but it was always in the back of my mind. And about 7 years ago, I met a person who I was started taking his mom to the Hindu temple in Shawnee, Kansas, because he was unable to do so. And I started talking to him about the Hare Krishna movement. He says, "Oh, I know them. I'll take you over there." So I came over here, and then it's kind of like I just kind of woke up from a dream. I had always been here, it felt like, in a way, and started chanting, and things started turning around for me, and it led me here today. I think it was just a path that I was called to in this life, even before this life started. I think I had laid the groundwork in previous lifetime for this.
Right. Thank you so much. So many beautiful stories. All of us have our wonderful stories to share, and thank you, on how we get here. So this brings me to a verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Please forgive me for my poor translation or my poor pronunciation, but I'm going to try my best. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we actually can hear the reason why we're here, how we got here, and where we're going, and how we end up here in Krishna consciousness. I'm going to try to see if I could read it off the top of my head. It's Chaitanya Charitamrita, 19th, or Madhya Lila, 19th chapter, verse 151. Brahmande Brahmite Kona Bhagavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Vai Bhakti Lata Bija. So I'm going to read the translation in English. According to their karma, All living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary systems, and some are going down into the lower planetary systems. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. By the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. So here we're hearing that all these stories, it's all the mercy of another devotee. You received a book, your parents were devotees, and you also found the Bhagavad Gita, and a friend kind of pushed a little further for you. And so here we're hearing that we're all so fortunate. According to our karma, we get this opportunity to associate with someone who's either a spiritual master themselves by hearing their words, by meeting them, or by meeting a devotee who is connected with a spiritual master themselves. And so, yes, we're all very fortunate here. But here it says, according to our karma. So how does one know? Well, according to good karma we receive, we are able to associate with devotees. So how does one know if they have good karma? Can anyone make any guesses? How do you know if you have good karma? Health? Wealth. Okay, health and wealth. Maybe you could just shout out. We're a small group here, it's okay. Beauty. Okay. Yeah, so all these things. In Sanskrit, we receive Janma, Aishvarya, Shruta, and Shri. So Janma, can anyone guess what Janma might be? Good family, yes. So you're born in a good family, just like, all of us, we're born in good families because, we're here, we're able to breathe and take care of ourselves now, and are here in Krishna consciousness. But there are situations where our parents are devotees, and so they raise us in Krishna consciousness, or your family's wealthy. So that brings me to the next one, Aishvarya. So Aishvarya is wealth, opulence. So we could see that even if we have wealth or we have good families, that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll become spiritual or we'll, join or practice Krishna consciousness. But these can help. And then the next one is Shruta. Shruta is, anyone guess that one? Intelligence. Yes, so someone might have a very strong intellectual capacity to understand and study. They're very wise. And the next one is like Magadari Prabhu said is beauty. So all these things are symptoms of good karma. And so we can see that, okay, yeah, I have some of this, I have some of that. But does karma make us happy? Does good karma make us happy? Janma, like good birth, does that actually make us happy? Beauty, wealth, intelligence. We could see there's so many examples that this doesn't sustain our happiness. And we're always searching for more outside of Krishna consciousness, which is what brought us here. So, yeah, we were all listening to a class by Srila Prabhupada the other day. And he was saying this, he was telling this story about two men, they both, are working, but one is working less. One man, he just goes to a grocery store and he's like, how much is this? How much is that? Okay, I'll buy it all. I'll buy that. He gets a phone call. Oh, I just got $50,000. Great. I'm just walking in the store. And then he's not working very hard. He's just going around shopping. And another man, he's, not working very hard and yet or no, he's working very hard and yet not receiving the money he desires. And so this shows that, this is a part of our karma. We're receiving our, as we've all read in the Nectar of Instruction, our quota. Where is that? No, it's Sri Shopanishad, sorry. So something happened in our lives, we met a devotee, or we were like, oh, I'm suffering, like what's more to life? What's my purpose? And so now we're here. And so the good news is you're right, Gary, we all have practiced before. We've all, practiced devotional service before. And so that's why we have this inclination to keep practicing. But the bad news is that we messed up and we're like, oh man, like, okay, got to go through the cycle again, got to get born again, and, go through this life again. And so here we're so fortunate we can associate with one another and really learn how to appreciate this association. So I want to ask you, what are some ways that we could appreciate each other and appreciate this practice? Mhm. Yeah. Cool. Revealing your mind. So when you appreciate someone, you want to reveal your mind. Okay. Offering respects. Yes. Yeah, what's that? Taking it seriously. What does that mean? To take something seriously, actually. Mm. Mm. Yeah, yeah. Right. Right. Thank you. Yeah, going deeper in our spiritual practice, because obviously everyone in this room, we're chanting. We're chanting Hare Krishna. We're reading Srila Prabhupada's books. We're associating with one another. We're trying our best. So, in that way, we're learning how to appreciate the practice. But what's more to appreciation is that we have to constantly remind ourselves, we have to constantly acknowledge what we have in our lives. We have to constantly remind ourselves, okay, where am I? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? And what do I actually have in my life? Because we can easily fall into complacency, where we're like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm already initiated. Like it's okay. I'm around the devotees. I'm okay. Or, it's easy to fall into these thoughts of, yeah, I chanted my rounds today. I'm okay, But being around the devotees and appreciating each other, appreciating what fortune we have by meeting the devotees is learning to go deeper and share that with others, share that with one another, and learn how to, yeah, just not fall into like, oh, I already know that. I already know I'm good. We hear that a lot in book distribution. Here, take the spiritual launch. I'm good. Like, I'm good. And it's funny because, what's his name? Great book distributor in San Diego, starts with a V, Vijay Prabhu. I love how he said this. He said, something you could say to someone that says, like, I'm good on the books. You just say, well, you could become better. Like, take this book, you can become better. And some people actually, hear that out. But yeah, like, side note, book distribution is the funnest and like funnest way to get purified. I mean, if you're open to it, because sometimes it gets really discouraging if you let your mind get in the way. But that's another way to share our appreciation, is to share the knowledge through book distribution, through prasadam distribution, just talking to a random person on the street of like, hey, what are you doing? Who are you? And they're like, what? You're like talking to me? Like, nope, no one really does that. But yeah, and another thing is reciprocation, like I was saying. For us to learn how to truly appreciate where we are and our practice is to reciprocate. Um, who in here knows the story about Jagai and Madhai? Raise your hands, please. Okay, we got a few devotees about Jagai and Madhai. So Jagai and Madhai, I'm not going to tell the full story because I don't know it that well, but from what I do know about them, they were um, they were souls who were practicing a lot of sinful activities. So, in our terms, we might call them demoniac. And I don't have to list them out, but they were definitely not practicing devotional service to the Lord. And Lord Chaitanya, who is here on the right, just a reminder for myself, he instructed Lord Nityananda, his brother, who is standing on the left. And he says, hey, go out and tell everyone to chant the names of God. Go door to door, remind them, and tell them, chant Hare Krishna. And so he's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to do it. So he goes door to door, and they try it. Eventually, they come across Jagai and Madhai, and they're out here, just doing their thing. And Lord Nityananda says, yeah, I'm going to go tell them. So he goes and tell them they're drunk, they're, intoxicated. And one of them, I forget, was it Jagai or Madhai who gets angry first and wants to be violent? Was it? One of them gets angry and throws a piece of a pot. Is that correct? Is it a piece of the pot or whole? A piece? There's a piece of a pot, a ceramic pot, at Lord Nityananda as he's telling him, please just chant the holy names of God. And the Lord, or Lord Nityananda, is so merciful that he just continues to plead and beg, and instead of getting angry, Lord Chaitanya gets angry. So Lord Nityananda says, no, please don't punish them. You're here to distribute love of God. You're not here to rid of the demons. So he says, okay, your mercy on them, I won't do that. So later on, we hear that Jagai and Madhai, they understood what Lord Nityananda was doing. They understood, wow, this person is so kind, so merciful. He could have easily, retaliated, but he didn't want to. And Lord Chaitanya could have easily slain us or killed us. So then, to share their appreciation, they reciprocated and they said, okay, we're going to chant. We're going to take to devotional service. So this is actually a part of the story that I don't hear so often, but I heard it once by another devotee recently. And she was saying that, yes, they did take to devotional service. They chanted the Lord's names. And so in this way, we're really lucky to be here, and it will be challenging. We are all going through our challenges, but this is why Srila Prabhupada established these temples for us to, wherever we go in the world, we're so fortunate. We can go anywhere in the world and travel and meet a devotee at one of these ISKCON centers and just say, hey, can I have prasadam? Yes, please come and take prasadam. Come stay the night. Come stay for a month, and do some service with us. Let's get to know each other, do service together, and serve the Lord together. And so it's just so nice. And so we also, yeah, I want to pause for a moment and see if there's any questions or comments up to this point. Jai Keshava?
He knew them as great debaucheries. They were just on another level, basically. The descriptions of them is quite Yeah, disturbing before, but after they had met Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they took to the process of digging a bathing ghat. And when people would come by, they would sometimes throw rocks at them and chastise them for their past bad behavior. And they became so humble that they just accepted that. They accepted, okay, that was my past bad behavior. And I can make progress though. And so they did service the rest of their life, you know.
Jai, thank you. Yeah, I don't know about anyone in here. Everyone's kind of effulgent in here, but for sure for me, I can definitely relate. Where I was not satisfied in my life, so I was just trying this and that and the other, thinking like, oh yeah, okay, I'm just gonna try everything, sinful things, good things, okay, like whatever, like do some charity. And all of it like, was temporarily satisfying. It's like, okay, yeah, like that, now what's next? Um, but as soon as I met a devotee and started chanting, started reading this Bhagavad Gita, started hearing more, I felt nourished, and actually it's sustaining. It stays with us. We hear in the Bhagavad Gita, Neha Bikram Nashtosti Prativaya Navijite. Oh, sorry, missed one. Neha Bikram Nashtosti Prativaya Navijite Swapamapyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. In this endeavor, there's no loss, there's no diminution, so it stays. This joy we feel from this practice, it stays. There's no diminution, and a little advancement, just even a little grain, can protect us from the most dangerous type of fear. And so, we hear often that when we turn away from Krishna, what are we turning to? Maya, exactly. So it's like we're either serving Krishna or we're serving Maya, serving ourselves, serving our families, serving anything. And I'm not saying we should not serve our families, because we can serve them in such a way that is beneficial for their spiritual advancement and ours. But in Maya, we're just serving their bodies, which is not their real selves. So in this practice, we begin with this Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose? And so we go on to asking, first, some people might think, oh, the universe. Like, okay, where am I? Like, who am I? And then eventually it becomes a person, and it becomes Krishna. We're like, okay, Krishna, what do I do? Okay, God, what do I do? And so this is a way to advance in spiritual life. Okay, so we have a lot of, we have a question, Magadari, or comment?
My question is there such a thing as spiritual fortune, or is the fortune that is required to receive the beej of devotional service, is that due to karma, or is that a spiritual fortune?
Thank you. Yeah, my understanding of this is that this is a spiritual fortune. Anything related to our advancement in Krishna consciousness is spiritual. Even things that are seemingly material, they become spiritual because it's connected with Krishna. And ultimately, whatever brings us to this point in our lives to sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness is because we have some good karma, or we perform some pious activity. Is that clear enough?
Um, I'm still confused because if we perform a good activity, then that would be in the realm of karma. But I'm just wondering if it's causeless, like if it's causeless or because we had good karma, then we can take up spiritual life. I
Okay,
guess what
yeah.
I'm saying is I'm still confused.
Yeah, I do want to say that you're way more advanced than me. So I think you definitely um, will have deeper realizations about this. But yes, that's a good point. So actually, in this verse, we hear that it's actually by the mercy. It's mercy that we're receiving to be able to meet another devotee, to get this fortune. So the good karma that we perform in a past life or in this life, it makes us more susceptible to beginning spiritual life, to have some inclination to begin our spiritual life. So that's what good karma may bring us. It's our choice to act upon it. And so it's a great fortune for us um, to meet a spiritual master. But again, it's partly our endeavor and then also the Lord's mercy. Shri Shri Gaura Nitai Ki Jai. So did I understand you a little better then? Okay. So are there any other comments or questions up to this? Okay, so let's see. I might read one more verse with you. Okay, so I want to ask everyone, would anyone like to share how they perceive or what experiences in your life have you experienced, sorry, that you perceive as the Lord's mercy? Inner peace? That's nice. I was honestly thinking maybe a little bit more specific if you're willing to share. So I know these are really like intimate experiences. Coming here, Jai, coming to RBC, thank you. Your job. So you feel that the Lord's mercy, you receive the Lord's mercy by receiving this job that you enjoy, that allows you to serve Him and the kids. Beautiful. In case anyone didn't hear, he says he gets to see the face of God within all the children, within all the people he sees. He works at a school as a teacher. Kindergarten? Kindergarten? First graders. Nice. Radha Damodar had a comment too. Right. Very good point. Okay. He raised his hand first. Jagannath Prabhu.
There was one time when we were doing Guru Puja, and I was I was in the Guru Puja, but I was standing behind Radha Damodar, and at somewhere in the middle of the Guru Puja, there was a point where I was like getting into a judgmental mood, and it was towards the pujari, and so I was thinking like, what is this guy doing? You know, and then I realized while we were singing the song, I realized that Krishna put Radha Damodar, because he's so tall, he put Radha Damodar in front of me to stop me from judging this pujari,
Wow.
because it was he, I knew that it wasn't right, but I still wanted to do it. So, but Krishna, he put somebody in front of me to the point that was so tall that I couldn't have the chance. And I realized that in the moment, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I ended up staying there.
Shy. Yeah, you couldn't move. That's pretty funny. That's really nice. I want to say that I actually could definitely relate to you. Y'all are so much taller than I am. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Prabhu, what is your name? Devarshi
Devorshi Srivas Das.
Shivas Das.
I was thinking that you asking that question is that how we get the mercy of the Lord, the experience of getting the mercy of
Yeah,
Lord.
your personal experience.
Yeah. So I think that the mercy from Lord is manifesting in that Kali Yuga is the name of his holy name, like Hare Krishna mantra. So I did not know ISKCON before, but my father brought me in ISKCON. The first time I came in ISKCON, and I met with one of my friend. He gave me one book. So I felt that the Krishna's mercy I got in the way, like the devotees, they are giving me care and love and books, and also they're giving me or saying me to chant Hare Krishna mantra. So by that one conduct, I just changed. I connected. So then gradually it is going deeper and deeper. So I felt that one Chaitanya Charitamrita, one slok is there. Kolikale Nam Rupe Krishna Avatar. So Krishna came in the incarnation of the holy name in the Kali Yuga. Thank you.
Thank you for sure. Yeah, again, we're reminded the mercy not only comes directly from the Lord, but it goes through his devotees, goes through the spiritual master, goes through his devotees. We can't skip over the devotees. We can't advance without the devotees. And so we can learn how to associate with the devotees over time. That's a really nice point. Thank you. Yeah, it's really fascinating to me how, there's the 6 loving exchanges amongst devotees that are described in the Nectar of Instruction. And that's, okay, I'm going to have you all say it. Who knows one of them? One loving exchange amongst devotees. Offer prasadam, receiving gifts, revealing one's mind, receiving prasadam. Come on, how do we not get this one right after? Giving prasadam. Accepting gifts. Yes. Okay, there's one more. Hearing someone else reveal their mind. Right? Yeah. So it's fascinating to me that this is also happening amongst people who are not remembering Krishna at this moment. So we can see that these different exchanges, one amongst devotees has a certain care, has a certain a deep compassion and kindness, and there could be care, compassion, and kindness in other interactions with people who aren't practicing, but it's different. There's some motive, there's some extra motive, and amongst devotees we might still have that, but it's different because Krishna is there, and we're all trying to put Krishna there and see, okay, I'm trying to serve this person, this devotee, as a devotee of Krishna, not just as their body. So yeah, speaking of the holy name, I thought maybe we could spend the next 10 minutes singing some kirtan. Jai. Okay, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Beautiful. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Wow, you guys are good. Actually hearing. Again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's all stand up and we'll continue singing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Beautiful. Harinam Sankirtan Yaga ki jai, Shri Shri Garnitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So now we'll have Arti. Who's leading?
Iva Jayo Jaya Gora Chander Haroti Shobha. Janavi Tatavane Jagamanaloha. Taki Nene Tajan Bame Gadara. Nikate Are Tashini Vasa Chatradara. Ose Ache Gora Chan Radna Singhasane. Arati Korem Brahma Ari Devagane. Nara Hari Hari Gori Chamaradulaya. Sanjaya Mukundavasu Kosharigaya. Shanga baje, ganta baje, baje karatala. Madhuram Mridanga Aje Paramarasala. Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vadana Ujvala. Galate Shebanamala Kore Jalamala. Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Kadagada. Bhakati Vinoda Teke Gorara Sambhada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine. Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavahari Paschatya Deshatarine. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Harita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sari Gora Bhakta Vrista. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Vishnu Pad Paramamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtottara Sata Shishmad A.C. Bhakti Viranta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha Chilatankanakalaye Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimho Yato Yato Yami Tato Nrsimha Pahi Nrsimho Hridaye Nrsimho Narasingha Madhim Sharanam Prapadye Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Adhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Lord Nrsingadev ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki. Jai.
Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you so much for being here. There's a lot of wonderful devotees here that congregated today. So thank you all. I'm going to stand here. I'm going to look on the calendar for some upcoming events here. So coming up on Tuesday, we have the Akadashi. We will be fasting for the Pandava Nirjal Akadashi. Akadashi Vat Ki Jai. So on that day, at least fast from grains and beans. There's also, that'll be the most important day coming up. So please look out for that. Mark it on your calendar, May 30th for Akadashi. So the break fast the day after is from 9:16 a.m. to 10:49 a.m. So I'll take a picture. We can try to send it to the group in case anybody wants to follow. So please let us know if you'd like to give some sponsor for today's feast or a future feast. And you can always sponsor a partial amount as you like. And it's a great way to receive the blessings of the devotees. And we really appreciate all of our past donors and those who will donate in the future. We thank you very much. Okay, so we'll stand up. We can stand up and we'll start singing the prasadam prayers. So stay a little quiet and we'll sing that song and we can get in line now for the prasadam. Sharira Vijaja Jodindriya Tayaka Jive File Vishaya Sagure Dharma Jivati Loba Moe Sudharmati Takejita Katina Samsare Krishna Varadoya Moe Puribara Jivajai Swaprasadhana Dilobai Senam Ritapao Radha Krishna Gunagao Premedako Chaitanya Nitai Shri Shri Gauranitai Bhagavat Prasad Ki Jai. Thank you very much. Please enjoy Prasadam.